Hey guys. Okay. um Midnight asked the pertinent question, what decks do we have today? So for the community read, I'm going to be using the Endless Oracle, and then scoot that up there. I'll be using a new deck. I always do this right before I release my unboxing. I will share with you guys a new deck that I've gotten. So am I still muted? Wait, can you guys not hear me? Okay, this might be better. I was technically unmuted, but you might have been hearing me through like the camera. Anyways, hopefully you can still hear me. Um so I always do this. I will give you guys a sneak peek of a deck that I have coming out for, to see my flip through and stuff. So you guys are getting a sneak peek. So I'm going to do our community read with the Endless Oracle. I haven't used this in a while. Right before I moved, I got some. He, oh gosh, Eric, I think his name is Eric Mael. Yeah, he released some extra cards, some Modus cards. So I'm very excited. Okay, awesome. Wah! Cards exploded. I'm definitely out of practice here. All right. So we just had our new moon phase. I'm going to do like our message from the new moon as a community. Let's see what cards we get. Yeah, my whole setup, I had to it's weird when you unplug stuff and plug things back in, the weird things you have to reset. Ooh, we have the Fisher. And then we have the Wasteland. And our last card, the Merchant. So I'm just going to do 3 cards. One sec. Should have planned this out better so I can get the little booklet. Okay. The queue should be open. Let me double check that I did that. Yes, I did. So you should be able to use ! join. So let's see what we have for the Fisher. Ooh, this is fun. So the Fisher is about leisure, hobbies, enjoyment, enjoying some downtime. So I feel like this new moon is saying like, hey, especially ahead of the Wasteland, just take some time for yourself, relax, do things that you really enjoy, because the Wasteland is about deprivation, unhealthy habits or situations, feeling defeated. So I think this new moon cycle asks us to reflect on those emotions or whatever situation you feel like you might be in that is making you feel like maybe a little hopeless, just kind of that you are in this cycle that that just keeps beating you down a little bit. So instead of focusing on that and letting that be the center of your thoughts or feelings or whatever, focus on the fun things in life. Like, what do you enjoy doing? What can you do to, like, when you're by yourself, what can you do to enjoy yourself? Don't have to rely on other people. I would say find the hobbies that allow you to enjoy your solitude, so that way you can find peaceful moments. Let me see. We have the Merchant. resources, income, preparedness, and personal power. So, in the midst of feeling like, life is just kind of beating you down, how can you find enjoyment in your own solitude? How can you find enjoyment within yourself? And then how can you regain that personal power? So sometimes being able to consciously decide that you're going to do something for yourself, even if it's not like anything crazy big or something extravagant, or maybe it's something that would have seemed normal before you entered this period. But being able to do that one thing will help take back your own personal power, and it will help you find resources within yourself. I think this is more internal than like the external idea of being a merchant, being able to be resourceful with your own time, with your own energy, and being able to prepare for maybe when things aren't so hot, by surrounding yourself around the things that you enjoy. It has been a minute since I've given you a reading, since I've done any readings for anyone, really. Um, ooh, there's a new Garbage Shark movie on Netflix. Just a general message, or do you want like a message about a specific topic from your ancestors? And while I wait for that, and since it's gonna be a quiet night, oh, you're right. I've heard of that. Or I saw the thumbnail for it. Am I super loud? I feel like I'm super loud. Hold on. Maybe I'm not. Um, I saw the thumbnail for that. Okay. Just a general message from your ancestors. Let's see what we have for you tonight. So again, this is the Dreamscapes Tarot. All right, let's do one more card. Here we go. And I'm gonna scoot these up. I'm still figuring out my lighting. I feel like maybe I have to change a setting in my camera. Feels like really dark here, but like these bright spots. Ugh. I don't know what to do. Oh, maybe I should turn my lights up. Okay. I'm gonna pull a complimentary oracle for you. So let's see. And then we'll talk about everything. So this is one of the like suggested spreads from this, where you mirror the tarot with the oracle. So we'll go through the tarot first and then touch on the oracle, and then see how, talk through how everything pairs up. So you have the 6 of Wands, you have the 3 of Wands, and then you have the 2 of Cups. So and I'll just go in order. So with the I would say with the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Wands together, um how do you look? I think your ancestors are like saying, recognize your progression in your personal victories, right? I feel like I've given you actually a similar reading in the past about this, probably from your ancestors. So it's like they're like saying, celebrate yourself, celebrate the victories, how far you've come. And with Juan specifically, I would say, um, how far have you come in terms of like your own inner spark? Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling. Um, but basically, how are you feeling? Like, are you feeling assured on the path that you're on? Because I feel like they're saying you should be, whether if but if you're not recognizing it, they want you to recognize that you're going down a really awesome path for yourself, for your needs, and just what you need to do in order to continue to grow. So with the 3 of wands, it's saying like you're on a set path, you're doing really well, you're kind of aligned properly. Keep making conscious efforts to push forward. So there's like this energy that they want you to have behind how you are moving right now. So if you've been feeling a little stagnant, maybe this is your sign to like, put some plans into action. Maybe get back into whatever rhythm you had before, that kind of thing. So make sure you're earning or working towards the victories and progress that you are earning. And then at the end, we have the Two of Cups, which feels like, walking down this path towards finding balance and emotional balance within yourself. So, right now, if you feel like you're a little like, maybe you're not quite feeling very proud of where you are, or maybe you're being a little hard on yourself, don't do that. I feel like this Two of Cups is like your conscious mind and your unconscious finally like coming together to find balance and acceptance and just some sort of harmony there emotionally. So down here, let me grab my book. We have the mountain, we have the crossroads, and we have the bridge, which is, I already see a lot of parallels in that, in the entire reading with these, because you have all of these like cards of movement down here. So with the mountain, let me look this up. The mountain, I feel like, is about overcoming obstacles, being able to where is the mountain? Here it is. Yeah. Challenges, overcoming obstacles. I should just trust my intuition on reading these. So I mentioned before, right? You have this path that you're going down. Maybe this is how you feel, and this is how your ancestors are saying, hey, this is how you should actually be looking at it, because this feels like exactly like a mirror of what I was describing before. So you feel like everything ahead of you is just challenge after challenge, or maybe it's just exhausting, it's wearing you down, kind of going back to our community read. And then the crossroads, that's where we make conscious decisions about what path we're going to go down, or whether we're going to continue to go down, stuff like that. So this is indecisiveness, having to make choices, sometimes trouble getting started. So this is where I see a lot of the mirroring. So up here, I was saying, consciously take that fiery energy to get things moving, kind of light a spark under your butt a bit. And just know that sometimes you're going to have to make some decisions for yourself. And a lot of times it's usually because we can't do everything, right? So we're unfortunately human. It means we can't do everything all at once. So you have to make the decision for the things that are right for you at the moment. And then we have the bridge. Ooh. Okay, so the bridge is connections, bonds, unity, and overcoming. So we have challenges and we have overcoming. And the overcoming is mirrored with the Two of Cups, which I feel like I mentioned it earlier, but I really like the parallels there of being able to overcome these challenges that you have, stand in your victories, celebrate your achievements, and find that, cross that bridge, leave whatever isn't serving you behind, whatever negative thoughts that are challenging you behind, and just make a conscious effort to love yourself, I guess is a good way to put it. So find ways to bring that balance and harmony emotionally to yourself. So, oh, I like that. I like the pairings of this are very interesting. I'm testing out the pairings for this because I didn't do any pairings in my video, so you guys are getting a little bit of a sneak peek. Welcome, Gina, by the way. Thank you, Sil, for helping her out, or helping them out. I don't know your pronouns. But yeah, Midnight, this was your reading. I really like the pairings of this. You guys will have to let me know. I'm going to test them out throughout the night. You're welcome. Oh, Marie, you snuck in there. Welcome. You are up next. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. You're welcome, Midnight. I always love when people have like, I know you're not going to ask the same thing over and over, but you read for yourself. So I love when my readings match up with what you're already being told, because it's nice to hear the same thing from another perspective, and it feels validating, I feel like. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I don't do third party readings, so I'm not going to do like how X feels about me or what are X's intentions towards me, but I can do the energy between you guys, if that's okay. Yeah, the audio and chat are misaligned. So when you guys send stuff, I think you're hearing my voice a hair later. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the energy is between Miles and Marie. Miles and Marie. Ooh, okay. So I feel like there's a really good foundation here between you guys, and you just have to, one of you, whoever that may be, it could be you, has to take the initiative to decide to move forward. So here we have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and then the Magician. The king and the queen here, I'm assuming to be Miles and you respectively, are looking at each other. So I really like that kind of means you guys are kind of, you have your eye on Miles has their eye on you, but still gap. Neither one of you is quite moving. He's seated, she's standing, but isn't really actively moving, right? So I think though that this means, Miles kind of sees like, I think there is this level. Let me backtrack, explain the courts a little bit. Kings, queens, they are the mature cards of the courts. They are the ones that kind of have a good idea of where they're at in life. They have a good idea of what they want. Sometimes they just suffer from certain things. So in this case, the King of Pentacles is very good at providing and being very rooted and grounded and understanding in that regard. But because of that strong earth energy, they can be a little stubborn and slow to move. Whereas we have the Queen of Cups, who is also very intuitive, very emotionally driven, but also slow to move. So things are not necessarily happening between you guys, but the thing is we have earth energy, we have water energy, and that really just wants to support and grow. So you do have the foundations for that. Here we have the Magician. So the Magician card is all about like skills and basically creating things based off of what you guys already have. And that can be individually and together. So I would say if I'm looking at this reading and giving you advice, I would say, since especially in this card, the queen is the center of this. So I would say the power is in your hands to move forward. And I really like that here she has this like glowing chalice of sorts. And if you look at it, it's almost like she's offering it to the king. So maybe put out like a little olive branch, a little feeler, um, and kind of get the ball rolling. Because I will say, this is the king, much more rooted than water. Water still likes to flow and stuff to some degree. So maybe the onus is on you to go talk to him and communicate and just be yourself, because I would say based off of this feels like a very mature it doesn't feel very superficial or childish. So um oh no. Yeah, so I would say too that depending how you're reaching out, you might have to meet him halfway. Um, like if you guys travel in the same social circles, spend extra time together. I don't really know the dynamics in that regard. But I will say too, the magician. So if you look at the magician, there's a little bit of juggling that has to happen. So that makes it feel like while there's like a nice energy between you guys, it may not necessarily be the easiest thing to do. It's very hard. If you know stubborn people, it's very hard to get them unrooted. Like once they plant their feet, it's very, as someone who is a stubborn Taurus, it's very hard. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I think that manifesting is a great keyword because it does very much reflect the magician. So I would say keep doing that. You just have to have patience with these guys because they're in the negative, they're very stubborn, and kings, they kind of exude that air energy, so they kind of always think they have the right way of things. And if they're long distance, it makes it even harder to connect. Hi, Luna. Say hi. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, we're awesome. We're awesome people. We're the best. Everybody else sucks. But yeah, good luck, Marie. I honestly think you guys have. Excuse me. Haven't had to do this much talking on a Friday in a long time. Say hi, Luna. No? Okay. She just wants lap time with mom. All right, Gina, you are up next. Let me see if I can get her. Here she is. You can see her, the top of her head. Right, Luna? Say hi in the in the mic. Okay. She's being a ham. Okay, so the energy between you and Jay. Energy between Gina and Jay. Okay. Oh, our first repeat card of the night, the Six of Wands, is back. Back again. Okay. We have the sorry, it's hard navigating with a cat. Let me lay her down. Okay. We have the Chariot, we have the Six of Wands, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like there is like energy between you guys. I just don't know that it's focused necessarily in the right direction. So the Chariot is about, pushing forward and all of that, but sometimes it can be a sort of victory at any cost kind of thing. So it doesn't necessarily have the best connotation all the time. Um, it could be like rushing forward haphazardly. So I worry that maybe if I'm, I feel like, do you guys not? Okay, that explains it. I was gonna say you either don't know each other or you don't speak to each other. Um, so we have this fiery energy, which I feel like probably exudes more of you. And then we have the page of pentacles, which is the earth energy. And I feel like that might be more Jay. Um, so I mentioned before the six of wands is the card of like recognition. So in Midnight's reading, it was more so of like earned victories and stuff like that. But in this case, it feels like you're pushing things with this chariot, or pushing to really want to be noticed by Jay. But Jay has his eyes on something else. He's looking up, probably pushing towards, could be in school or started a new job. Just really not focused on you right now. And also, if you guys were in some sort of friendship, or I would say some sort of good terms before, where you were speaking, I think you're looking at things through like hindsight. So I always say hindsight's kind of 2020, and sometimes you look back on things with rose-colored glasses, because in the six of wands, it's like you're pushing for recognition, but you're also looking away from the actual goal. You're just pushing towards moving things forward. But so you're in this cycle and Jay's not even a part of it. Alrighty, bye Luna. um so I don't think that in this regard, I don't really think that there is any energy toward between you guys. I would say that it's all coming from you and it's not being reciprocated or received by Jay. Now, if you guys are friends and maybe they're just, trying to do their own thing, that could just be something that changes in the future. But if you guys aren't friends, maybe it's just that, it's not the right person. Don't forget to like this video, guys. It helps with the algorithm. Yeah, sorry, Gina. I hope you find someone that likes you back though. Oh, that was a weird transition with the music. Alrighty, Luke, you're up next. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. Oh, there it is. I haven't put these up all day. I'll just leave it. It's been a quiet chat, so it's fine. All right. All right. I would throw that opportunity in the trash. Let's see what your guides have to say, Luke. What opportunities, if any, are you missing? Oh, we have another repeat, the Magician. right. Let's pull some from pull a mirror like I did for midnight. Ooh, the fairy ring. Oh, nice. Okay. I think that's a new card. Lightning striking. And patron. Let me see. Oh, it is not a new card. I just very rarely pull that. Okay. My bad. Okay. You have the magician, you have the king of swords, and then you have the seven of cups. So I think, Luke, your spirit team is really helping you to focus on manifesting these opportunities. I don't I'll double check with the oracle, but I feel like you're not missing anything. I think you're just not attracting them in. I'll put it that way. So the magician, this is the card of manifestation. It's a card of creating your own opportunities, using the skills that you have to pull opportunities towards you. And then we have the king of swords. So this is air energy on top of air energy. Kings exude that air, and so do swords. So this is, he's the sorry, reading the comments. So this king, he's very like focused, very thoughtful, oriented, very cerebral. He likes to think things through. He likes to he's also very in touch with like his own inner wisdom and trust that. So I feel like it's saying like you need to manifest it, but you need to focus on that with a very specific intent. So the kings, think of the kings as being the lords of their domain. So what is it that you want to take control over? What is it that you really need to sit and think through? And what wisdom do you have in that regard that maybe you are missing out on? It's not an opportunity you're missing, but maybe you're missing out on that specific skill that you have. And I will say that I think that this feels like a progression of things. If you do that, you'll be surprised about what kind of opportunities that you have available to you because of that. Yeah. So, I mean, if you've been to, you already know I've been there, so I get it. If you've been too low energy, it's hard to really think outside of anything other than that low energy. It's like you kind of see things, but it's behind like this hazy wall that feels unattainable. But it's not just, you have to be patient with yourself as well. So let's see what this fairy ring is about. I've never pulled this card before, so it's fun. Okay. The fairy ring is almost like the magician in the negative. So this card is illusion. It's kind of like the moon too. Illusions, misguiding, deceptions. So instead of manifesting, have you been putting yourself in a place? Look, I don't want to say setting yourself up for failure. It's more so, have you been negatively impacting your progression? Sometimes it's beyond our control, but like, I think this card, your team is asking you to reflect on how you have taken part in that and how you can stop doing that. because with the lightning strike, I feel like this is like sudden change, kind of like the tower, but more, no, kind of like the tower. So this card is caught off guard, intensity, energy. There's a lot of energy that's here, and the fact that it mirrors the King of Swords. What kick in the butt do you need? This is like your team saying, what kick in the butt do you need to start to be to accept the wisdom that you have, to accept the skills that you have, to move forward in the direction that you want? How can you reflect back on things, change how you're going to do things, stuff like that? The lightning strike, I mean, it even kind of has a similar motif if you look at it imagery wise, and if you really think about the idea of lightning, right? There's a lot of energy behind it. Even though it is very sudden, it can also be exhilarating in a way. Like everything in the air feels staticky. It almost feels like everything's coming to life. So how can you find that spark? And then the last one is the patron. This one's interesting to me. Luna jumped down and then wants to get back up. She's just... Okay. The patron. I think your team tells you this in almost every single reading I have ever done for you. This is your support card, being lifted up, a benefactor. So I feel like this is saying, you have all, eventually you're going to have all of these different choices. Even though if you are in your King of Swords era, you obviously got it. But at the end of the day, just go back and reach out to your spirit team, and each step of the way, even if you need to, like if you make some progress and you want to reflect and touch back, then do that. I feel like that's what the patron is here. If you look at it, like it's like the patron with their flock kind of thing. But don't be afraid to reach out to them more regularly. It doesn't have to be through tarot. It could just be through general like meditation, or however you like to connect with your team outside of me. For support, for guidance, just as a team to cheer you on. It depends what you need at the time, but at the end of the day, they're there to support you and watch after you. So reach out to them. Like if I asked you now, how often, when's the last time you reached out to your spirit team? Oh gosh, Luna found her little fuzzy. It's like this cute little fuzzy ball. Yeah, I'm loving these mirrors here. But in general, I like that for this deck anyways. I can't wait for the tarot to come out of this. I think you were my last one. It was a quiet night today, which I kind of knew it would be, so figured I'd do longer readings for my friends. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a full reading. It could just be, meditation. It could be, however, I don't know. I have very specific ways I tend to work with my ancestors, and I don't know that other people necessarily do that with their spirit team. Yeah, Luke knows. You're preaching to the choir. It's just getting him to do it. Well, oh, do you? Oh, that's nice. I generally try to like either I don't usually burn a candle specifically for them, but I like to like burn some incense or something for them. I don't have like a specific one, but it's one that I just give to the altar. I feel like my relationship with my ancestors in tarot is very nebulous. Like sometimes it's cool, and obviously, if I wanted to right now, I could do a reading and it'd be fine. But it's not like part of what we do. I guess I don't know how to explain that. Even though I know it's a very common way to communicate with really anyone. Yeah, Luke, I would reflect on that King of Swords. So, in the positive, I explained all those things. King of Swords, very wise, very thoughtful, but in the negative can kind of spiral mentally, overthink things. Um, a lot of things can really just hit them very hard mentally and can therefore, recede into themselves, or they can be a little outwardly um this isn't doesn't you don't strike me as outwardly manipulative, so I don't ever correlate that to you, but just talking through the King of Swords. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm gonna head over to Discord for a little bit. Um, I think so. I missed out on our tarot story time. Oh my god, twice. I missed out twice. So sorry. So I'm gonna do one on July 1st. I think I'm gonna see if I can get some of my friends to join me on my side. Like I have some friends coming to visit. Um I feel like it might be fun to maybe I'll make it a live stream. I don't know. I don't know yet. Where I can have my friends pull the cards. My one friend has to work that night. She works remotely, so we won't be doing anything anyways. We won't be going out without her, obviously. So maybe that would be a fun thing. We could do a live stream of the tarot story time. Yeah. I'll kick whoever's butt needs to be kicked. Um but yeah, I think that would be super super fun. I have to find a way to I need to just put it in my regular calendar um because I literally was not doing anything on Monday at all. I just totally forgot. So, bad on me, but I will be bringing the Tower Story Times back to Discord. Okay, Luna. My office manager, aka Luna, is upset that I am still on live. She's literally my time clock. When she comes in here and gives me like the eye, I know I need to wrap it up. And what's funny is when I do my tarot live streams with Sil, they're always way longer, and she still does the same thing, but it's not at the same time. She waits until like almost the hour and a half, 2 hour mark, and then she comes in like, you gotta go. Maybe that's what it is. Midnight. I'm just like, oh, I finally don't have anything to do. I still have unpacking and stuff. And I finally got my other light. Like, when you see my video of this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, I talk about it in the video. In fact, let me show you what it looks like. It was like this the whole time because I could not find my ring light. I couldn't find it. So, yeah. She does. She's still glaring at me. She's gonna start circling me like a shark soon. Um, and she's just like, it's time to watch TV and give me pets. But luckily I can I can give her the pets she demands while being on Discord. So I'm gonna hop off of here. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you for staying up midnight. And always thank you so much for modding, Sil. Now that you have an iPad, I feel like I need to talk you into doing live streams too. Alrighty, guys, I will see you in like 5 seconds. Alrighty, bye.